The Academy tends to reward films that help complete objectives. And I think right now the Academy, or at least the film industry in general, sees AI as being the biggest threat. I don't see AI as being the biggest threat. So the Academy sees the AI as being the biggest threat, so the solution is to lean into craftsmanship. Oh my god, so much craft, so much ship, everyone loves it. 100% yay, yay, yay. And so, in that sense, they will be giving all the awards to Sinners. And I agree. And if they don't, they'll give them to other films that have a high craftsmanship quotient to them. Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, etc. How Formula One got in there, Lord knows. Anyway, how can the Academy save cinema? Well, first off, I don't think the issue is AI. The issue isn't AI right now. Cinema is dying because it is too expensive and not accessible enough. So local cinemas are dying. The cinema model itself, the theatre exhibition model itself, from the blockbuster all the way down, is not profitable for many chains, or it's just barely profitable. So it's now difficult to make ends meet at the theatrical level, and it's too expensive for most people at the ticket level. And then we have streaming that makes everything more accessible, but then has a whole aspect to it that is not the theatrical experience. I think a lot of cinephiles hold very fast to the idea of theatrical exhibition as being something that will save cinema. And I think this is based on denial. I think it's based on the idea that the cinema, the theatre, is some unimpeachably good place. Everywhere that you find one, everyone is great there. The prices are worth it. Watching a film at home is not a superior experience. It can't be a superior experience. It will never live up to the theatre. And this is how you will kill it. You will kill it by making it a fossil, a rarity, a dinosaur, instead of integrating it into the modern world. This is tangential to this idea everybody has about the modern world being too easy. The modern world has never been too easy for most people. If it's easier for you, that is a position of privilege, which means you are probably likely the same person saying that the cinema must be protected and that ticket prices aren't that bad. If people really want it, they'll go. If people really want it, of course they'll go. But how many people really want it? Everyone harps on Ted Sarandos as being this guy that is ghoulish and killing cinema. But I've always seen Ted Sarandos' Netflix as being incredibly potently rational about how people consumed media and consume media since the advent of the television. Really, really painfully rational. And it scares a lot of cinephiles because they don't know how to make a case for cinema outside of guilting people, outside of a moral case. And I don't think that's how you save something. Because just like Timothée Chalamet highlighted this week, if you have to make a moral case for people to go to the cinema, you are dying. And you're only going to have very, very, very wealthy people who want to be patrons of the arts ever patronize you. You will no longer be a popular art form. You will be like ballet and opera, where everybody respects the art form, but very few people attend it. Do we want to be like that? I don't. How can the Academy save cinema? It's actually quite simple. They need to give Sinners everything. Not because Sinners is the best craftsmanship, which it also is, but because Sinners reached the most amount of people. There needs to be a resurgence of original blockbuster cinema that is seen in the cinema and then easily accessible on streaming. Good, quality cinema that people want to watch again and again. The number of people in my life who saw Sinners on streaming and was so enamored with Sinners that they booked a ticket to go and see it in the cinema when it was re-released is exponential. I'm a cinephile. I'm surrounded by cinephiles. And yet still, the number of people who did not catch it on its first theatrical run, saw it on streaming, and then bought a ticket when it was re-released was astronomical. This is how we save cinema. Not everyone has the money to invest in a really good ticket for a film. But if they really love a film, they'll invest in that ticket. This is the Barbie situation. This is the Greta Gerwig situation. We need to develop people that the audience trusts to tell a good story across big formats like blockbusters. And then things like Disney getting all the big screens, like booking out all the screens as a guarantee just for their film, they need to stop that shit. If they want an industry in 10, 15 years, if they want even cinemas to put their stuff in, they need to stop that shit. But that's a whole separate thing that the Oscars can't really handle. What the Oscars can handle, what the Academy can do, is highlight how Sinners doesn't just win because it was made well. It wins because it was an original idea at a blockbuster scale. Blockbusters will save cinema. They just have to be good.